What up, Instagram and YouTube? It's your boy Salty Redcorn, and I'm back with another ill-prepared knife review video. And today I want to talk about a really cool knife that I've had for over a year now, but I haven't done a review on it. And that's partially because I don't use it as an everyday carry knife, but I use it every day as a kitchen knife. So I've decided after a year that I'm going to take it out in the field and see how it performs out in the field. And that's what I'm carrying today. So let's get into it. This is the Spyderco Bow River, designed by Phil Wilson. All right, this is the initial drop. This is over a year ago they put this knife out. And since then they made it in one other color, green, which I really like, in a DLC blade, but they didn't change the steel. So I didn't jump on it. And I still kind of want to get it because the price point on these knives are very good. This knife comes in around, I think, $40, all right? And the sheath alone is worth more than $40 in my opinion. You have very high grade leather here, fully embossed with the Spyderco emblem, and the fit and finish of this sheath is just so good. And what I like about it is it fits right in my pocket, right? It fits all the way in my pocket, no issues. I don't have to wear it on a belt, right? I don't wear fixed blades on my belt unless they're scout carry or something that I can hide. I don't like the look of a big knife hanging off the side of my pants. So if it doesn't fit into my pocket as a fixed blade, I just don't carry it, right? That's personally my thing. But geez, this is a beautiful sheath. I mean, I cannot stress enough how nice this sheath is, all right? So let's talk about the knife itself. All right, so this knife is designed by Phil Wilson. If you don't know who Phil Wilson is, go do some research. Go Google him. Go find out, because he's a fantastic blade designer. And from what I understand, he's had some other designs with Spyderco that he didn't approve, so they didn't meet his standards, which is kind of wild for me to believe. But you know, he really has a reputation and he wants to uphold his reputation. So this one obviously met his expectations. Let's talk about it. All right, so my biggest gripe with this knife right off the bat is that it's made in the China factory. All right, the China factory is just fine. They make great knives, but I feel that this design is so good that it deserves a much better steel. All right, and they've chosen HCR13 MOV for this blade, which I'm not exactly sure why that was the case. All right, but this knife design is so good in my opinion. I believe it deserves a better steel, crew wear, M4, something better than HCR13 MOV. All right, now that that's out of the way, we can talk about the knife's performance. Micarta handles, and I believe they're a paper micarta, but I could be wrong, but they just feel so good in hand. The swell on the back, the neutral handle shape, the way that this, I'm going to call this a choil, the way that the ricasso rather is, it's just so good. It feels amazing in my hand. The way my thumb lines up right on there, it just feels so good in my hand, and it's very useful. All right, the blade stock is nice and thin. It comes to a very sharp point up here, and it's also pretty thin behind the edge, which I can really appreciate. So like I said before, I've been using this knife, and my wife's been using this knife every day as a kitchen knife. And as a kitchen knife, it is so good. It's a beautiful paring knife. It's great chopper. You can chop vegetables. It's got a beautiful belly on it, so cutting meats and carving and stuff like that. This knife really excels in those areas, and I can really appreciate that. The other thing I want to talk about with this knife is just the overall blade shape seems to be perfect for me. But I will say this is not going to be the best survival knife. It's not going to be the best bushcrafting knife. This is a good EDC fixed blade, all right? Cutting packages, you know, mild chopping tasks, you know, cutting food prep. This would be a good camp knife, right? As a secondary companion to a more hardcore outdoor knife, right? But because the blade stock is so thin and it's thin at the tip, I just don't think it would be a very good survival knife, okay? And so other than that, it's absolutely beautiful. This layered G10 is fantastic. It's smooth and polished. It feels great. We have a lanyard tube here for if you want to have a lanyard on it. A decorative lanyard would look beautiful on this knife, in addition to the beautiful leather sheath, which now that I'm carrying this as an EDC, I'm going to go ahead and put a leather lanyard on here. Maybe a cool bead just to dress it up for fun, because it's important to have fun, right? This knife is a fun knife to me. I think this is a beautiful design. And Spyderco, I know you're not watching, but please reconsider making this in a beautiful, good steel like crew wear or Z wear, or you know, M4, like I said, I think would be fantastic on this knife, because this is just a beautiful design. I know I've said beautiful like 100 times, but I mean it. This is one of the best fixed blade designs that I've held in my hands. I think this knife is perfectly designed, okay? Phil Wilson is a fantastic designer. Spidey hole for no reason, because it's fun, and that's their trademark. And yeah, so there's not too much else I can say about this knife other than it's really good. And I'd really like to see it in a better steel, you know? That's just it. I'd like to see it made in the USA. I'd like to see it in a better steel, because it's totally deserving. Big time. All right, so I'm going to show it to you again in the sheath, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and talk about my carry today. So today I'm wearing an Epoch, however you want to call it. This is a tritium watch. It has tritium tubes. It's automatic. It's very, very cool, right? And then also I'm carrying the Cormoran KO10 titanium frame lock. This is a budget frame lock, and it's one of my favorites. I've had this knife for about a year and a half, and it's just been a really, really good knife for me. I use it all the time for hard use. Very, very smooth action, insane. I'm carrying the Olight i3T EOS, a really good light, non-rechargeable, but it's perfect for me, perfect EDC size. And then I'm also carrying the Glock 43 with no extra mag. So that's my carry. All right, if you guys like this kind of video, you know what to do. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, tell your boy Salty Redcorn what I should do. What do you want to see? What do you want to see me do with this Bow River? All right, so I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Peace.